Hi, welcome back and welcome to Unit 9. We are finally finishing this class and we've had quite a journey. I really hope that you have enjoyed your time in this class and I really hope that you've gotten a lot out of it. We have really covered a lot of material. In Unit 9, we're going to be touching briefly on professional development and leadership. I'm going to encourage you to look at some of the organizations that are available for you to belong to increase your networking with other colleagues and school library media specialists, as well as to kind of keep on the cutting edge with what's happening in the field. In this class, we really have covered the gamut. We started out talking about names. We talked about being a school librarian. We talked about being a school library media specialist. We talked about being a teacher librarian. And I hope that you've come away from that with an understanding of what the differences are with those names and why there probably is some real significance in the name that we choose. Just remember that pretty much what we do is going to be the same regardless of what we call ourselves. And a lot of times we end up just referring to ourselves as librarian, and that's okay. That connects us with the whole rest of the library world. We've also covered standards. I think we've looked a lot at standards. We've looked at curriculum development and curriculum delivery. We've taken a look at the day-to-day tasks, the things that we really have to do, that we have to have in place to keep ourselves going, what kind of documents maybe we need, schedules, and those sorts of things. Along those lines, we've looked at some of the sacred cows, if you will, of school library media centers. And I hope that you have an awareness of what some of those sacred cows are and how it is that maybe as we are changing and evolving and morphing in schools, some of these things can be modified to make them more realistic for our own day-to-day experiences as school librarians or school library media specialists as teacher librarians. We've talked also about reading advocacy and literacy, and that is really a very big piece of our jobs. And I hope you come away from that feeling real good about what we do in terms of encouraging our students and our staff and ourselves to enjoy reading and to allow it to really expand our world because, in fact, as I think we all know, it really does. We've talked about budgeting and the financial management piece of the library, and I hope you have some kind of a good feel about that, and also that you would know where to go and look if you need more information. I think by now you realize that the Eduscapes website, which is available free for any of us to use, is really rich with resources. So keep that in mind if you need to go back and review some of those things. We've talked a little bit about facilities and a little bit about staffing. And I think the whole staffing issue does kind of come back to one of the things that we talked about earlier in the course, and that's those sacred cows. Because as we look at how our jobs are changing and how they are morphing, it becomes very evident that what we need to do is have our outreach go into the classroom via the teacher, where we can actually become a coach to help the classroom teacher be the one who is primarily responsible for delivering a good piece of those information skills. In our jobs, oftentimes with cutbacks in staffing, we simply are not going to be able to do it to meet the needs of all the students that we have in our school. We've also had readings that I think have covered some of the other little nitty-gritty pieces in our jobs, a little bit on processing, a little bit on, even using our organization system, the Dewey Decimal System, and things like that. And that's part of the reason that we have included the textbook in this class. So coming to an end, we'll get into this Unit 9, but I want to thank you very much for being part of this class. I want to thank you for being part of Montana State University's School Library Media Specialist Program. As I said at the beginning of this class, I think it's an excellent, I think it's a fine program. and I am honored and delighted to have been a part of this journey with you. So with that, we'll get started with Unit 9, and I would like to just add that if you ever need to contact me about any question that you have in your job, anything that you would like some more information on, please don't hesitate to contact me. Again, thank you, and I hope you have a good last unit.